I'm looking at SPX. And I sometimes will put 3 and put 4 over here. Sometimes I have SPX that is the 9:30 to 4. I have that up. Let me get my third window. And then I also will have SPX all night. So when I have SPX all night, this is the one that you use Fredex, SPX Fredex. This is just like me looking at ES because it goes all night. I have the same data here that I would have if I was looking at ES, but I'm looking at SPX numbers. So I don't have to, every time I don't have to change the numbers in my head. I have them the numbers automatically right here, and I can see right away what I have the data, all of the overnight data, just like I would have if I was trading ES. And I have it all right here, but in SPX numbers. That takes one more thing off my brain. I don't have to process the changing of the numbers, right? I'm right here. I can look right at SPX. I'm looking at the daily and the 4-hour chart, 4-hour up and down, high and low, looking at that. And then I will go to the 30-minute window, because 30-minute opening range breakout is something that we use. Did the market just open? Nope, it didn't. Even though that candle, so like it formed, it did some stuff right on time, and it's not quite 9:30. I don't think it is. I don't think it's 9:30. So SPX over here, SPX all night. We be all night. Where is my thing that says SPX all night? Because I need to see that so I'll know which one I'm looking at. SPX all night. There we are. Yeah. No, not you. I didn't mean for you to move. I meant for you to move. Okay, let me put this back on the 30 minutes. Okay, SPX, the market is open, gap down, open. There was you don't see the gaps on the SPX all night. You don't see the gap because the price just continued on, but we marked the gap from the other one, so we know when are we going to reverse and get back into it. When we reverse and get back into the gap, let's see what goes on here. Sometimes when I'm starting to, I'll take myself down to a smaller time frame, maybe the 5 or 10 minute, just in case I'm trying to see if it's a good reversal happening. Yep, if I'm trying to see that, let's go to a 15-minute over here. I can even go maybe down to a 10 or 5. So we really need the market to stay, or SPX to stay above 74.50. Okay, we need it to stay above that. Let's see where we are on the VIX. The VIX is hovering up there around target 1. It needs to bump that off and come on back down some, because the VIX coming down over here is what's going to give us some upwards movement in SPX. All righty, this was a nice little wick. Let me get to a 5-minute chart. Nice little wick here, showing that it might be coming back a little bit. Okay, so then I also go, let me take this down a little bit, because I also will pull in, I'm hoping I can open one more thing, but I'm not sure if it's going to open, seeing that I'm running the screen and running the streaming as well. It might not want to open one more thing, but we're looking at GEX in real time. What are our GEX numbers here? 7,400, big node, big bar down at the bottom. Current price is in the 74.60, 65 area. and 7,500 is also a green bar. So we're kind of right in the middle. 7,400 is big, a massive positioning down there. Doesn't mean that we can't stay above there just because it's down there. Doesn't mean we have to go down there. Okay, just let you know that there's positioning down there. That's what that is saying, that there are positions here. So our major positive gamma 7,500, major negative 7,400, and our zero gamma is at 7,464, which is where we currently are, like around there right now. Okay, I'm looking at Skylit over here to the right. Y'all should be able to see my screens. Looking at Skylit to the right. And let me see our major nodes here. Are we on GEX? Yes, we are. Let me get a king node here, and I'm on GEX. Yep. So as far as SPX goes, big king node at 75.25. Sitting in some Pika nodes now. There is support at the 74.25, 74.30 area, but the price to pull up is there, but there will potentially be some rejection at 74.75. Looking at SPY, because we look at SPY and triple Q to tell us how is SPX going to act. SPY is at 743.68, so it's approaching this major node from the bottom, which means it needs to clear this in order to keep going higher. Let me turn my indicators back on. And then on triple Q is at 787.07. I thought that was an 8. 707, and it is popping up to its resistance node of 709. So both SPY and triple Q have resistance areas above them. They would need to push through the 709 on triple Q, through 744 on SPY in order to continue higher. Where are you? There we go. Get out of the way. To continue higher. SPX is kind of sitting in the middle, waiting to see what SPY and triple Q are going to do. All right. Okay. This is my setup that I look at each day. I'm looking at gamma. I'm looking at my charts and checking out the VIX and SPX, and I'm able to see SPY and triple Q. You can't see it here, but there's an overlay. You may not be able to see it. There's an overlay here of these little brown lines here are overlaying SPY. So I can see SPY numbers, even though I don't have SPY open, I can see the SPY numbers on this chart. Like this one here where my mouse is says 740. So when I'm looking here to see SPY at 744 is where price is. I'm looking here to see how it's responding, how is price acting at SPY 744, right? Which is right here where price is bumping into. I'm saying that 744. And when I look over here, I see that 744 is the place that it's bumping into even over here.